I'm back. I did 3 videos in one day. That is amazing. It is. But I am here because I'm going to take a journey towards. I ain't finna go towards. I'm going to enter center point. Center point. Why I say it like this? Center point. Center point. Yeah, that's where I'm headed to go get Chrissy, and I wanted to document this moment, and I think I'm gonna have a little music. I already had it. Nothing here, no. Ain't nothing on. But, I was just listening to the tarot priest. Yes, I am fully into tarot readings now, even if it's not directly my tarot reading, but for some strange reason, well, it ain't a strange reason, I already know why, but when I listen to the tarot priest do her pick cards, and I just listen to all of the card readings, and I'll pick the one that resonates with me. Whichever one that resonates with me, that's the one that I go with. And I was just listening to it, and she was just talking about change, and you know, like when I attracted certain people in my life, what type of space I was in. And it's like all of my past relationships were low frequencies only because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know anything about myself. I allowed so many of, traditional living, traditional thinking, make decisions for me. And that's why now when I look at my life, I be like, wow, who did this, because it wasn't me, the me that I am now, but I know it wasn't me now because I didn't have no fucking clue of who I was. It's like, okay, the Bible said do this, I'm gonna do that. Okay, my mom and my daddy, it seemed like they'll be proud of me if I did that, but it's like I didn't have a sense of direction, up until 2009. That's when I started having some kind of sense of direction of where I wanted to go, with my life, in a sense. Well, I ain't gonna say I knew where I was headed, but I did know that something went right about my life. And so that's when I started questioning the Bible back in 2009. And that journey led me on a lot of stuff. It really did. And when I mean by it led me on a lot of stuff, it led me to really dig in deeper about what I wanted. Because, I didn't think that I could choose what I wanted. I thought it was already written, for me to have the things that I already had or was going to have, because I already had children, and it was just so much stuff that I had already happened that I felt like it was unfixable. And so, yeah, that sent me on a journey to find myself, of me questioning things, why my life was the way it was. And I know that I'm a good person, but I spoke about that. When I say a good person, everybody think they're a good person, but I'm a highly sensitive person, and I always wanted to help people. But it's like the people that I helped, it's like they, use me. It ain't like, but that's what happened. They did use me. So I was always in some kind of adversity, always having obstacles, always having to get myself out of things and stuff like that. And of course, and with no support, and with the kids. And that's why I said I know that when I speak, I can't say I did it, because I didn't do a lot of things. That thinking, that mentality that I was using, that was the cause of so many of my happenings in my past, which I didn't know no better. But it's like, you can't, people like to say you can't make excuses for that. But I'm not making an excuse because, all the things that I went through in my past, they helped me. They helped me, ask better questions. They helped me build my strength and my courage and my wisdom and my know-how to be better equipped to handle things when things do occur, for me to not hold on to things that ain't for me. I always said something was special about me, but I'm like, nah, nothing can be special about me. I said something was special about me when I first discovered that I had a Z in my name. I don't know why. I'm like, damn, I used to be the last one in the line, Zakita. And then my name was Zakita Williams then, now it's Zakita McBride. But yes, I used to be the last one to do everything. Zakita, with the roll call and stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, Z. Why I had to be a Z? But that's, it was just so unique, my name. And then like now, when people find out what my name is, I'm like, wow, that's a beautiful name. I know, but you know what? I used to hate it. But I used to always say it's something special about me. But I always doubted that part of me being special because of how so many things had happened to me. I'm like, I can't be special. But it's kind of strange, though, that I got a Z in my name. I don't know why I was thinking like that, but yeah. Just like now, how I just don't have no friends, and how I was always moving from city to city. When I was younger, it wasn't no stability in my life when I was younger. But it's like the older I got, I made myself have stability based upon, my ignorance. And I used to force myself to stay in relationships because of me not having that family support. So it's like everything coincide together. It all worked itself out. Everything had a reason for happening in my life the way it did. And I didn't stop. I didn't never give up on myself. And I'm glad about that. Because, all the things that I went through, it's been plenty of times, not that I'm proud of myself, that I did. I tried to, check out, leave this body. Because I felt like it was too much for me to bear. It was just too much. So how the fuck do I supposed to deal with all this stuff? Little old me, no support, children. How? But I did it. Everything always worked itself out for me. It really did. But the reason why I'm talking about this is because of what, the tarot reading. I didn't even finish it, but I'm finna pick up Chrissy, so I know I had to do this because I ain't too good at, making a video, especially not this kind of video, with anyone around. Long as my daughter. But yeah, I said, let me get this video in, because if I don't get it in now, it won't happen, because I don't know what me and her finna get into, or if we finna get into something, because I'm quite sure she gonna be sleepy, so we probably ain't finna do nothing. But it was talking about how whatever I attracted in that mentality that I had in my past, it ain't gonna agree with me now, because I'm totally different. I'm a new person now. It's not gonna agree with me in no kind of form or fashion. It ain't gonna understand me. It's gonna try to hold on to me like, hey, remember me? Yeah, I remember you, but you don't know me. So we gonna clash. We ain't gonna be able to hold no conversation. Everything I say, you gonna try to quote a scripture, or you gonna try to go off of it based upon what mainstream TV talk about, or what society talk about, and that's not how I live my life. I'm always creating things for me. Even if I had to create my own word to go with it or whatever, but I make it fit for me. And they were like, you can't do that. Why I can't do that? Tell me why I can't do that. I can do what I want to do. And that's how it works. It's like, ain't nothing here set in stone. And that's the thing. People think everything is set in stone, but it's not. That's how a lot of people got tricked. Because they think that everything is set in stone, but it's not. But, yeah. I'm like, I'm going to do this video. And, you know, I'm going to share a couple of things about me. And that's not all. It's a lot of more. I'm gonna make a video. I don't know when, but I'm gonna go more into detail about a lot of stuff because y'all will see how I became who I am because I've had to spend a lot of time by myself. You know what I'm saying? I had to get to know myself. I had to. It's like my life forced me to get to know myself because of the things I went through and because of the love I had for, you know, the individuals when I was in a relationship, you know, an intimate relationship. It's like that alone right there. I'm like, why am I like this? You know, even though it was abusive or it wasn't for me, I was trying to stick it out. But I said I only did that because I ain't had no support. I'm like, I gotta stay by their side because who else gonna help me? But they weren't helping me. Some were, but you know, it came with the abusiveness. You know what I'm saying? It came with so much chaotic experience. But those chaotic experiences also they taught me a lesson. So it's like everything, you know, worked out. No matter what happened in my past, they all worked out. I love real hard. And then a lot of people couldn't understand it. And, you know, I couldn't understand it either. But I think I loved hard because I felt like with my mama and my daddy giving me up that I just was worthless. So, you know, I said whoever I was with, I was going to love the fuck out of them. And that's what I did. No matter what they did to me, no matter, you know, how they showed me that they wasn't worthy of my love, you know, or any other thing that I had to offer. And I was 17 I was 17 when I had my first apartment because, you know, I was you know, my mom and my dad gave me up. So I've been on my own since then. And I'm 36 now. So it's like I just had to do things the best way I knew how. And I was like, I was going to know what the fuck was going on in this world because it's like so much shit. It just didn't make sense to me. And then nobody didn't have the answers. They was just quoting scriptures out of the Bible. That's all anybody could do is quote scriptures out of the Bible. And I'm like, it's more to life than that. It got to be. Because that's how I was living my life. With following the text of the Bible. I sure was. And I misunderstood that thing so bad. It is, wow, ridiculous. But I am here at the age of 36, as they call it. Yeah, I be like, I ain't no goddamn 36. I'm about 2 billion years old. That's how old I am. I'm, you know, because it's not an age. When you talk about age, you talking about the body. You ain't talking about the mentality. See, our mentality, it's been brainwashed. So a lot of things that we came here with when we was born, you know, we started coming up at the age and we knew stuff like from 7 to 8 and stuff like that. The stuff we used to talk about, you know, we was laughed at or we, you know, because, well, I don't believe all children were born that way because I know Chelsea, she was a miracle baby because, you know, I had her myself. No doctor didn't have her or I went in a hospital. I slowly pushed her out and had her myself. And it was natural. No medicine, no nothing. I had Malik, my oldest one that ain't here no more. I had him natural too. Yeah, the things I went through, I'm like, wow, they was on to strengthen me, for me to ask better questions, for me to really find out what the fuck was going on with me. And I know it's more questions to keep asking myself, because I would never stop growing. I won't stop. I would never stop growing. So it's always more questions to be asked. Always more questions. And I'm going to ask them. I love me so much now. I really do. I used to think that I loved me. No, I didn't. I didn't even love the people that I thought I was loving back in my past. I was afraid. I was scared. And I just wanted somebody to be there. And whatever I had to do to keep them, I did it. I did it. I didn't even know how I'm going to say I love hard and then when I didn't even know what the fuck love is. But now I do. Now I do. Now I know what love is. Now I know what it feels like, because I'm giving it to myself. I'm giving it to myself. And people would call it selfish now. Oh, you so selfish. Really? Okay. Right. That's just how people are just caught up. Did you see that? That truck almost, wow. People are so caught up in just the traditional way of thinking. And I let all that shit go. And I just think how the fuck I want to think. And that's just how it is. If it feel right to me, if it's benefiting me, hey, I'm all for it. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck how goddamn unorthodox or how peculiar it may seem to others. If it working for me, I'm gonna rock with it, baby. I'm gonna rock with it. That's just how I feel right now. And it's a lot of things in my life right now, honey, that ain't rocking for me. And I know I've been lying about it. And so that's the whole point of this video. And that tarot reading, how she was saying that all that stuff you attracted with that low frequency, you got to get rid of it. And it's going to be a lot of mad sapsuckers out here, honey. Why is my video blurry like this? They're going to be like, Kiki show acting funny. Hey, well, first of all, this ain't even Kiki, but okay. I'm Mystic Lady Z. And what they going to say? Fuck that shit. We know who you are. Really? How you gonna know who I am and I don't even be around y'all? I mean, it's still some stuff in me. I still got my mind, and I still remember who y'all is, and I also remember how a lot of y'all who so-called claim yourself knowing me didn't fuck with me at all. I know everybody got their life to live, and everybody got their story, and all the other stuff, they struggles and all that. But that was another thing about me too. It didn't matter what I was going through. I always try to lend a helping hand to people. So can't nobody tell me that because of what they was going through, they couldn't help me. Can't nobody tell me that. Because I know that's a lie. People do what they want to do. If it gonna benefit them. And this ain't nothing new under the sun with just, living your life and doing shit for you. Because you sick and tired of being miserable and unhappy. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. That's just how I choose to live my life now. That's how I choose to live my life now. Yep. With me absolutely knowing where am I headed. And I know where I'm headed. And it's like a lot of people, they don't agree with me now. And my life is changing right before them, and they don't even know this shit. See, when people talk about life changing, she got a new car. Oh, she got a new house. Oh, she a millionaire now. No. It starts gradually. That's why they say you have to be who you are in order to attract what you want. It ain't you say, I want this, and you get it. No, you have to be that. If you want $1 million, you got to be a millionaire. If you want a best friend, you got to be a best friend to yourself. You got to give everything to yourself first. But it's all in a feeling. So I always feel like that I'm worthy, that I'm deserving, that I am whole. I don't need a man or a best friend or nobody now. I used to feel like I did. I needed all these things to complete me because I was afraid. I was afraid to face myself. Whatever that I feared, all that stuff that I feared, it already happened. Everything that I feared, it already happened. Yep. Can't happen no more. And if it do happen, you know, it's like I would take it a totally different way now, but mainly because I just know better now. You know, I know better, and I do mean that to the extreme of knowing better, to the point that people be like, this bitch really is an alien. That's how much I know better now. That's why I study the things that I study, because I'm like, it's gotta be something to this stuff. Because it's like, too many people, when I look at people, I'm like, why is it? I don't care how different a person try to make themselves, they still the same. They still the same. Until you speak your own language, you still the same. What's your language? You ain't got no language. They like, well, you can't do that. I speak English. That's not what I'm talking about. What's your language? What you into? You know? What interests you? But anyway, I almost did the whole way here with Bitman, huh? Yeah, I just wanted to have this little conversation because I just feel like it was needed, and I had to do it because I know that it's a lot of shit is finna to start happening for me, and I gotta be real with myself first, regardless of how other people look at me and what they think they so-called did for me and stuff like that. I'm gonna be real. I've been real with myself all this, well, I can't say all this other time, but it gets easier and easier for me to be real. What the fuck is going on? Do y'all see that? I don't know what's going on, but something is going on. Don't know what that was. How you see it? Bright lights. As you can see, look at that. There ain't nothing on the radio either. Yeah, today's Saturday, so they booged it. They got the club hopping shit popping off tonight. Like I said, everything is the same. You always, it's like you, with me, I try to do so much different shit because, you know, how my life is. It ain't the baddest, but I know that it's gonna get better now. I know this. And to see the smile on my children's face when things get better than that, that's priceless. That is priceless. It is. That is fucking priceless. But anywho, I'm thinking about to wrap this up because we almost there, honey. Well, probably in about 3 more minutes or something like that. Yeah. I cannot deny myself. I cannot deny who I am. I cannot, you know, be quiet. Even though my speech ain't to its highest capacity of being professional or whatever it's supposed to be like when you speak to people in public and stuff like that, who fucking cares? I don't. If I got something to say, I'm gonna say that shit. And if I say it fucked up, oh well. They smart asses know what the fuck I'm trying to say. I ain't as proper and, you know, and what the word I'm looking for? Political correct. Did I say that right? Probably. Oh well, like I said. But yeah, it's a lot. I can say that go his head right there, but that ain't in case you got the better boot thing on the back of the car. But anyway, yeah, buddy. It is my chance to love me. I'm here. I'm here. It's October the 19th. Numerology. It's October the 1. Because you added together 9, 10, 10, 1. Anyway, we ain't finna go there. But yeah. Life is for the living, and that's what I plan on doing. All the stuff that I've been going through, it was just teaching me how to live my life now. It was teaching me how to live, teaching me how to love myself, teaching me how to see this world. Teaching me how to see this world for how I see it, not how I was told. And that's the only way I can do it now. And that's why people don't understand me, because they can't relate to me, because they don't even study the things I study. If they study the things I study, they'll be like, oh yeah, because see, this is the way I do it. This is how I started to look at things, blah, blah, blah. You can't look at things. Other people just can't look at things the way they look at it, because they don't know how. They got to look at it for how they've been told. But anyway, we're not finna go there, because then I sometimes sound like a damn tape recorder, don't it? I do. I know I do. But about to wrap this up. Yeah. For real now, I'm finna wrap it up. Because I'm running out of things to talk about, which I'm not. It's just that a lot of times when I was messing up on my words, this was because I'm sitting here trying to drive and make this video and then hold the phone and the steering wheel at the same time. Steering wheel at the same time. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna just talk about my life, the things I've been through, and y'all be like, girl, you serious? You is a strong bitch. I know. And I ain't finna let nobody take that away from me. I know what the fuck I've been through. I know this. And it's like people, they be like ashamed to let people know what they've been through and what they've conquered. And they still here, you know, living through all that shit. Shit, that's something right there to be goddamn always celebrating life for. Especially if you had a lot of, you know, fucked up shit happening to you that you had to keep conquering and keep conquering. Man, please. That's why I say can't nobody tell me a motherfucking thing. Nobody tell me a motherfucking thing, because I'm it. I am it. I am really to the fullest, Mystic Lady Z. To the fullest. But anywho, yeah. My video pop out. Oh yeah, it's finna cut off. I'm out, y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all next time.